Alrighty traders, hello everyone. Let's get ready for another amazing week in the markets. I want to share some things happening on gold, silver, the actual stock market as well too. Just some important levels we should be focusing on, and also some important keys for you to trading successfully this week as well too. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, before we get straight into it, make sure you grab access to that free trading course there. I'm literally giving it away for free. So if you need help with your chart reading or anything like that to do with trading system management, mistakes you're making, I've put it all in there. Go get it for free, guys. First link in the description there, or johnsfreegift.com. So let's go have a look at let's actually start off with the good old stock market here. And the stock market that I'm noticing right now, that we're looking at the Nasdaq first here, and this is that long-term weekly chart, and noticing, look what's happening through here. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing here of these long-term charts is that, firstly, there's a lot of fear starting to come back into the markets here. Okay, if we go to the fear and greed index, you'll be able to see we're starting to get into, there's actually there's a lot of fear, or there's a bit of fear starting to creep into the market again here, right? They're hearing about the big short of Michael Burry, which, by the way, it's a bit deceiving about that there. They say that Michael Burry's got a $1.6 billion short. That's not necessarily true. It's only a $20-something million short, right? Now, if Michael Burry has a $1 billion portfolio, and he puts a $20 million position on, it's actually not that, if you look at it from apples to apples, right? Now, I don't know how big his fund is, but I'm using that as in the context of, we just got to be really careful about, oh my goodness, Michael Burry is doing this, so we should be doing this, right? Because remember, Michael Burry is very, very in and out. So who knows? He may be getting out right now as we speak, because the market is doing what he thought it was going to do. And now he's picking up, he might be picking up a good 50 to 100% return on his options now, and he might have just made $20 or so million. You know what I'm saying? So we never want to go on the back of that. And the reason why I'm saying that is that in the context of that, this pullback could be coming to an end soon. And so we're coming to a fear here. And if I go to look at the timeline here, right, we all know that whenever the sentiment in the market becomes greedy, we know we're getting ready for what? We're getting ready for possibly a turn in the market. Now, we never know exactly when that's going to be. So we just got to be careful about, not careful. We just got to be alert that we're getting ready for a turning in the markets. Okay. And as you can see, when we start to get down to here, not really there. We actually did get that turning point there, but even when we get down to here as well too, and we're down to these levels now here as well too. So the purpose of me saying this is that whenever we start to get into the fear levels of we tend to go for a bit of a swing to the upside. Whenever we go to the greed, sometimes, like this example here, right, we can stay in greed for a few months, but then the market does eventually start to roll over. So it just goes through these individual cycles, right? When market becomes fearful, when people become fearful, the market ends up rallying. When people become greedy, the market ends up starting to have a bit of a pullback in the market, swings up and down like this, right? Again, this is the fear and greed index here. So you can see we're at that fear level now. So if I go back to my charts through here, you can see on the Nasdaq, what are we seeing on the Nasdaq, right? The Nasdaq is what? The Nasdaq's coming down to a major long-term level of support now, right through here. So I actually wouldn't be too surprised to see the Nasdaq start we may get this is the weekly charts here. Go back to the daily charts. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the Nasdaq possibly even start to get a bit of a bounce here soon, and start to make its way back to the upside. If we use Fibonacci levels as well too, say from this low point to this high point, and then we can see what? Then we can see that, oh look, even if we get a bit more of a drop to the downside, it could even have a bit of a drop past this support level. Support levels, sometimes what can happen with these support levels is we have like what's called a fake out first. Okay? So it may go through here and it may drop down, and then it may get back above like that, and something like that. If that happens, then we're probably going to see something like that. So again, that's what's called a fake out. So sometimes the market can give that. So whenever you see a support line, some people think, oh, the support line is going to hold, and then it breaks through and like, oh, it didn't hold, but then it breaks back above again, right? So again, if we get this today and then something like this happening again here, then we may be getting ready for something. Then that's that 50% level. What may be getting ready, what may happen in that case scenario is, remember, there's actually a lot of support level, round about that sort of 1,480 level. So we can set it through there on the Nasdaq. So if we start to get something like this here, boom, 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 like that, guess what? That's actually going to be, this could be a double fake out, or a double false breakout, a double fake out could be in the cards. One fake out would be below this support level here, and the other one would be below this trend line here. If that happens and we get back above there, then guess what? We're probably going to start to see another big move to the upside from here. So we're not getting any strong selling yet in the on the Nasdaq. So that's what I'm seeing there on the Nasdaq. Let's go look at the S&P 500. Let's look at that weekly chart as well. And once again, on this weekly chart here, guys, let's actually draw on this weekly chart. If we draw it from that major low to major low point through there, these levels will start to come into place. So again, guys, I don't believe this drop in the market is going to be long-lived. I really don't believe that. And the reason I'm saying that is not based off my opinion is because the market is still in a strong upward trend, right? Higher low, slight higher low, and look what's happening now. We could just be getting ready for what? Higher low. And sometimes these pullbacks, what's called, because in a market, right, we have upward trends, and then we have downward trends. These levels through here are just what? Pullbacks, not changing trends, just pullbacks, right? Just pull back, and then we have this here, pull back, and then pull back as well too, right? Makes sense? So that's what we're seeing through there. And so we're going for what? This is just a pullback. And even when we're in a downward trend, down, strong move up, down, strong move up, down. What is this? Pullback, not changing trend, right? So, and a lot of people can get mixed up, like, oh, well, the market's going up, the market's finding a bottom. But then, okay, what's the trend though? Oh, the trend is what? High, lower high, and another lower high, right? So that's what we could be getting ready for in the market here. So we can see that's what again. So traders, for me personally, and again, this goes in line with what? This goes in line with that fear and greed index. Okay, so yes, we could actually be getting ready for, we could see a bit more downside to come, right? There's actually a lot of support levels through here coming into place from this level here, which is that's that 4,269 level. That's that level there, and then just below that as well too, we can see we have this level through here as well, right? So if indeed we do get something like this and something like this, then I wouldn't be too surprised to see something like this and a bit of a bounce and then start to see another move to the upside coming soon. All because what? This big picture here is saying that we're now getting a very big pullback in the markets there. Makes sense? So let's go look at the Dow Jones as well too. Now the Dow Jones has broken past these levels of support, which is not a positive sign for the Dow Jones. This is not a positive sign at all. This is actually broke up and now it's actually breaking down. So this Dow Jones chart is the only chart that is screaming to us that possibly something bigger is actually happening underneath the surface here. And so let's actually bring up this level from here to here, right? From there to there, and then also from there to there, right? And then now it's actually breaking, and now it's breaking out of this level here. So this is what on the Dow Jones, we are getting a bit of a pullback through here now. We did break above this resistance level here. So we may be getting ready for a bit more of a downside here on the Dow Jones. But once again, if we have a look at what the trend is here, we can see we have move up, move down, move up, and now we're just getting what? A move down. So this could just be a move down overall before we start to see a move back to the upside as well by looking at this DJI in the markets here. So that's actually what the stock market is doing through there. Let's go look at the Russell as well too. So this is the Russell here. So Russell from a weekly perspective, actually not real, just sideways movement from a weekly perspective, but from a daily perspective, look what actually happened here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful head and shoulder, massive head and shoulder formation, beautiful big head and shoulder formation. as you can see, like this here, and then now it's actually broken that level there, and now we're actually starting to make our way down through there. So we're getting a lot of pressure on the downside, right? A lot of pressure on the downside that's coming through there in these markets through here, guys. And this is the stuff that I talk about all the time with my private coaching group that I have. I have a private coaching group, guys, where I'm actually talking with them all pretty much every single day. So if you are struggling with your trading right now, guys, and if you're having if you're really struggling right now and you need some help, then I'm opening up some spots to my coaching program, where this is an intensive coaching program. This is me and you pretty much every day when the market's open for about half an hour, where I'm actually coaching you and helping you and showing you what I'm doing and so on and so forth. So this is a really intensive, this is not just some small little coaching program, right? If you are absolutely dead serious about becoming really good at this, then that second link in the description, or go to getjohnshelp.com and go fill out that application form. And I'll see if you're a good fit for what I'm looking for. It's only a small group, guys. But it is the most intensive coaching program that you've ever been part of, because I'm about developing successful traders, not something just here and there. Okay, so it's an intensive program for 12 months. So let's go look at the gold and silver markets from here. So we'll start off with the GDX first. We'll start off with the mining sector, and remember I said before, guys, about the sectors here, right? So if we have a look at the mining sector, what's the mining sector doing right now? So the mining sector is doing what? Let's actually go to this weekly chart here. The mining sector is doing what? Is the mining sector in an upward trend? Is it in a downward trend? Is it in a pullback? What is it, right? So, and as you can see, right, that's the reason why I don't have indicators on here, because what I'm analyzing here is the most important part. What I'm analyzing here is what? Firstly, we actually come down, lower high, down. Now we've done this here. So what is this? Is this in a downward trend? Yes, it is. Lower highs. Are the buyers starting to take control again? No. Right? Is it just a pullback? Right now, that's all it could be, right? Because we're getting this pullback through here. Now, if I bring up my daily charts again and squeeze my daily charts up, look what's happening through here, right? You'll see what? You'll see down overall. So this little up bar here is not really classed as one. I like it as in waves, right? So I'd have like a big wave up and then a wave down. Big wave up, big wave down, wave up, big double bottom, wave up, wave down, wave up, and now look what's happening through there, right? We're just going sideways. So that's how I'd actually look at the actual waves up and waves down through here. So and with that being said, we have this high, lower high. This could be just be another lower high through here, and we could be getting ready for something like this happening in the mining sector. So the mining sector is actually not looking too good from here. Now, from that perspective, guys, I'm very bullish the mining sector long term. I just don't see anything happening right now because we are in a very strong downward movement from here. So we're getting a high on this gold mining, this gold junior miner stocks as well too, the GDXJ. Yeah, look at that, very long-term down through there. This is the weekly chart now. So we have this level of support around this sort of $30 level, $32 level here, and we are compressing to the downside. So I'm just looking at this level through here once again, and as you can see this here, it's strong down, up, lower high, and now we're just sort of possibly even just squeezing up into this pattern here. So if we wanted to see some sort of a bullishness out of the markets here, then the only bullishness scenario that I could actually see, if you're looking for more like a bullish sign on the markets, would be from here to here. That'll be what's happening right now. Okay, we're going down through here. If this was going to be a bullish sign in the market, what would we need to look for? We would need to look for what? We would need to look for the market going sideways through here, and then we would need a strong breakout, breaking above, say, this $36, $37 level. If we can get that, then this whole movement down was just a big squeezing up pattern. And then if we get that, then that's actually going to be a bullish breakout. And then we could possibly see a really nice run back up towards at least that 44 level if we start to get that sort of pattern through there. So that's what I'm noticing on that there. Let's actually go back to the GDX, and we may even see, even though we may even see something else as well too from there. So what I mean by that is that we may even get like, okay, so we have this downward movement from here. Okay, cool. So I'm looking for possible bullish scenarios. So the market's in a downward trend here, so I wouldn't want to be fighting that first. And then we have this level through here. So again, guys, I'm just looking for possible bullish scenarios. We're in a downward trend, but if we did get, say, the market coming back down through to here, and we do that, and then we come back up again like that, we break above that, say, 30 level there. That'll be actually be a bullish breakout, and then we see it move to the upside. But right now the market is going down. We can analyze this to the nth degree of looking for bullish scenarios, but that's what I'm noticing from there, from the gold mining perspective from there. Let's actually go to the gold chart itself, and this is actually one of the most exciting charts I've seen in a while, guys. And the reason why is because you'll notice here back in the past, right? You'll notice back in the past from here, whenever the market starts to create this pattern, right? Look at this back here. Right? Whenever we start to create this sort of pattern where we have a strong move up and then we have this slow move down for a good couple of months, we end up getting a bullish breakout. We end up going for a very strong move. Strong move up. Look at this slow move down. Now, what I mean by a slow move down is this, guys, okay? What I mean by slow move down is that if we have a strong move up like this, if we have a strong move down like that, that's strong, right? But we have a strong move up, and then we have this sort of just slowly going sideways. Not really strong on the downside, right? That's strong on the downside, right? Weak on the downside, right? Weak on the downside. Now, not always. We always want to wait for the breakout first, right? So strong up, and then once we start to break above there, big move. Once we start to break above there, really good move as well too. So we're looking at the gold chart now. What do we see? We see that we have what? Low, higher low, and a higher low in the markets here. So gold right now could be getting ready for some really exciting moves, And so the key levels for me, guys, is looking at gold right now as I speak, is that we have this major level through a really significant level of support and resistance around. Actually, you know what? Let's actually do this here. I'm going to bring this down to here. That's actually a bit of a line in the sand. Plus also we're getting that coming down through there as well, aren't we? On gold. So that'll be that level through there as well too. Interesting. And we have this main level through there. Look at this back here as well too. All that support level through there. All that support level through there. So this whole area through here, if gold starts to break above this sort of, if we start to see like a 1,960 print, which simply means we have that nice little possible breakout like that, coming to the upside like that on gold, that, traders, tell you right now, that could be really, 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 really exciting. And then if we get something like that in gold, guys, we could start to expect to see some really big moves out of gold. So this is a really exciting pattern to look on there. Move over now to the silver chart. The silver chart on the daily chart is, we're going through a lot of gyrations through here, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But when I look at this big weekly chart on silver, look what I'm noticing through here. All right, look what's happening through here on silver. This is just really, 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 really exciting for me. If I squeeze my charts up through here, one of the most important things for me, guys, is always looking at the big picture here, right? So what am I noticing through here? Up, down, up, and then this downward period, right? So remember, this is the weekly chart. Now, who's in control? The buy still are overall in control, right? So notice how when you squeeze your charts up, like, oh, I see what's happening through here. The reason why this is important, because the forest from the tree simply says that if we start to get a breakout like this over the next couple of months, maybe the next couple of weeks, who knows? But at least the next couple of months on silver, the big forest from the trees, that if that happens on silver, guys, we could be getting ready for a really big move, right? Out of silver, because we've been doing nothing for a long time, and now we're building up from that level from there to there, right? Especially when we're starting to see all this level of support now still coming to play around that $22 level, as you can see back in the past as well. So silver's one of those markets, guys. It's like, oh my goodness, oh my golly gosh, right? Silver. So both the silver and gold markets are really, 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 really exciting from that perspective from there. Well, just a few other things I want to share with you guys. I'm looking at the consumer sentiment as well too. You can see here that from a consumer sentiment point of view, that it was obviously really negative last year, as you can see, right? But we're starting to get a bit more of a bullish move in the consumer sentiment. But is this going to stay like this, right? Like, we had this move down, and then we had this slow move back up, and then we had this move down, and we had this slow move back up as well, right? So is this going to be one of those things where is this going to be one of those where we had this slow move back up, or we'll go for another move to the downside on the consumer sentiment point of view? Looking at also the velocity of money as well too. I'm starting to see the velocity of money starting to pick back up. The really big thing about the velocity of money as well too is that once we may have just found the capitulation of the bottom of the velocity of money, and velocity of money picking up through here. If we do start to see a bit of a change in trend since basically 1995, you can see velocity's been coming down. If we start to see a velocity of money start to pick back up over the next couple of years, even more, then that alone will create a lot more circulation through the economy, which will obviously then start to be a bit more of a circulation through inflation as well too. Which, by the way, guys, when it comes to the inflation numbers and so on and so forth, and looking at it, this is the inflation rate from here. If I look at it from a maximum point of view, guys, you can actually see that I am expecting actually a double spike coming, right? So we had this spike up in the 40s, down, and then we went through another big move back up as well too. So that was the 40s, 70s, first spike, and then another second spike. So every time we've had inflation problems, we've gone through two spikes, down, first spike up, first spike down, and now we're looking for this next spike coming to the upside as well from there. So that's what I'm looking at from that point of view from there. Let's go now look at, say, some of the actual cryptocurrencies as well too. So let's go look at Bitcoin as well. So looking at the good old Bitcoin chart, what do I see? Let's have a look here across all the numbers. So actually possibly the thing that I'm looking at here on the weekly chart is this point through here to here. It's actually not looking, there's actually no bullish scenarios at all from here. We've got that low point. So just stuck in this overall sideways movement from here. If indeed we get this, yeah, so now we're just going really sideways, aren't we? Now we're just really going sideways through here. So there's actually nothing bullish here from the Bitcoin perspective as well too. The bullish case scenario is you want to see Bitcoin get back above 32,000. If we can get back above 32,000, then we could start to see a really good move coming out of Bitcoin from there. Let's go look at Ethereum as well too. Ethereum's actually having just a bit of a short-term pullback from here. Let's go to look at that chart through there. So we're just having like this overall sort of pullback from here. So it's actually, we're not getting any bearish scenarios happening with Ethereum. Strung up, this overall sort of movement on the downside, strung up. As you can see, we're just sort of slowly going down from here. But and the Neo is one of those markets, guys, that could actually be setting up, possibly for me anyway, for a short-term short opportunity, right? If I look at my moving average as well too, I can see I have a strong moving average coming down. So Neo for me, guys, is setting up for a possible, as I said before, like a possible short opportunity for me. If we start to get a strong movement down on Neo out of this level here, then I will, again, I have to check my criteria, but this actually could, if we start to get that, then it looks like that we could start to make our way back down to possibly down here around about that 50-cent mark. So around about $7.50 right now on Neo. But breaking past these levels here, then we could actually start to see a movement on the downside from there. So let's go look at the actual bond markets itself as well. So let's go look at the interest rates. So let's go look at, first we'll look at TMF. And TMF, guys, one of those things that's happening with TMF, as you can see, really big, strong movement on the downside. I was, as you guys, you may or may not know, I was starting to, I was actually very bullish all through here. But then as we started to do this through here, guys, I ended up getting out of my longer term positions on TMF because I knew it was the wrong position to do. It was the wrong thing to do. And so therefore I'm back on the sidelines when it comes to my bond position, for now anyway, right? For now. So, and we're still in this very big, strong selling period through here when it comes to this, especially the TMF. If we have a look at the TLT, right? The TLT market, again, really big, strong movement on the downside from here. I've actually got that level of support level through there. What's that level of support that I got? Okay, so that's that level through there, isn't it? Actually, could possibly be a bit lower than that as well. So that level through there. So that's that 90 level. It's back in since 2009, 10. So we could actually be getting ready for a move down towards there as well. Interesting. So I'm just looking at that as a perspective there. And yeah, so we could have a bit more downside to come out of this level through here. So, and that's because obviously looking at the interest rates, looking at the 10-year as well, we're starting to see the interest rates continuing to make a move to the upside from here, right? Continue a very, 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 very big, strong breakout from here. It's really interesting to see what's going on through here on that there. Let's look at the 30-year as well too. Very big, strong breakout on the 30-year, as you can see. Really big breakup above those highs there. So interest rates are really starting to, or are continuing to have a big move up. Looking at this level through here, guys, this is something that I saw as well too. Remember I said before about looking at analyzing the overall flow of markets, right? So we had this big move up, and then that move there, big move up, and then down. Look at this, sideways, and now we're continuing back up again from there to there. If we have a look at the 10-year as well, once again, same sort of scenario. But this is where looking at the overall movement here, right? Strong move up, pullback, strong move up, pullback, strong move up, pullback, strong move up, and they've had this just overall sort of movement from there, and now we're going for another run from the upside from there. So there's actually a lot of things happening through here, guys. For when it comes to the bond markets and so on and so forth. The big thing across these markets, guys, is that we just want to be making sure that that whenever you are trading, guys, just make sure that you've got some form of analysis or some form of system that you're following. Right now, guys, especially right now, is not the time to be gambling. When I'm talking with my private clients all the time, again, if you're interested in joining that, where this is intensive for 12 months, you and I are coaching every single day, and I'm with you. So if you really are looking to finally get your trading sorted, then I can help you. That's second link in the description, or go to getjohnshelp.com. There's an application form there, and I'll personally call you to see if you're a good fit. But when I'm personally speaking with my private clients, one of the best things I'm always saying to them is that what sort of pattern are we looking for, right? Don't just go, it's important to not go to the markets to just find anything in the markets, right? But go to the market, say, what pattern am I looking for? What pattern am I looking for? The big mistake we can make, right, is that when we go to the markets, we can just look for anything that looks good, right? It's like that if we want some sort of consistency through our trading, me every day, and that's what I do, right? Every single day, guys, I'm just looking for the one main pattern that I'm looking for, right? And it's a really simple pattern that it is. Again, if you're looking to learn all that for free, I teach you that in the trading course. But I'm just looking for one main pattern. And that's all, guys. I'm not trying to be lucky or anything like that. So anyway, traders, this is it for me today. Have an amazing day, guys. Please do not gamble, guys. Okay, please just sit on the sidelines. It's okay not to trade, right? We don't have to be trading every single day, because there are amazing quality opportunities in front of our face. Just firstly, just know what to look for, so you know what to actually know what a good setup looks like, so you know what to look for. And then secondly, when you do look for them, you can start to spot these amazing opportunities, because there are amazing opportunities, guys, throughout the entire market that do come up. We just got to know how to identify them.